Hello and welcome back, hospitality students. Fantastic to see you. Looking forward to see all the year 11s and 12s next week in hospitality and kitchen operations. Until then, Mr. Hamilton and myself, we're going to look at cooking fish today. For the year 10 hospitality, one of your proteins we are looking at is actually fish and seafood. So we could do a whole unit on seafood, but we only just look at a white-fleshed fish. So in your book, and I've got the recipe right here, our recipe is a Parmesan crumbed fish and vegetables. The methods of cookery you're practicing are frying, baking and boiling. So I've already done some of my mise en place to begin with. Okay, so I've just chopped and tailed my beans, and I've actually blanched those beans, and I'm ready to refresh those beans as we speak. So I baked some potatoes, and I placed a seasoning of salt and pepper, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion powder, a bit of thyme as well. Okay, so always remember to give those potatoes some nice flavour. In your recipe it just says boiled potatoes, but we basically would like you to either bake or boil those potatoes for this dish. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the fish. So I have a piece of bassa here. Okay, you can buy that from IGA. It comes frozen, and we defrost it in some water and some salt to keep that flavour, that seafood flavour going, that salty flavour. So there is my fillet right here. I'm not going to, that fillet looks great just for my plate already, and it's a perfect size, so I'm actually not going to trim it or fillet it down. I'm just going to leave it like that. So for our Parmesan crumb, you require half a cup of breadcrumbs. You require half a cup of parsley, a third of a cup of Parmesan cheese, some lemon rind, which I've used with a microplane or a grater at home would be fine. And then it's just the addition of olive oil. So you look at this crumb and you wonder how that crumb is actually going to stick to your fish right now. So there's two ways. Okay, your recipe is asking you can either place your couple of tablespoons of oil in your crumb mixture and you can pat it down, but I actually prefer to keep that nice crust going, to place a little bit of olive oil over your fillet of fish. Okay, rub that oil well, or vegetable oil, sorry. So I have my crumbed mix here. So I'm going to be quite generous with this mix, and I'm going to pat it down. So meanwhile, as part of your mise en place, your frying pan should be ready in operation. I've just got it on a low to medium heat, not a high heat. Remembering fish doesn't take very long to cook. Okay, and we're also finishing this fish off in the oven. So a little bit of frying and a little bit of baking. Okay, so I've got a nice amount on my fish. I'm going to press it down. Then I'm just going to pick my piece of fish up. I'm just going to tap a little bit off. Okay, just checking my heat. Heat is looking great. So there is my piece of fish there with all my Parmesan crust on top. And I'm going to place that downwards. Okay, just remember you're being safe. Okay, not just dropping that piece of fish in, because I've already added a tablespoon of oil in there, and that could actually flick back up at you, so we don't want that. Okay, so we're only requiring, and your recipe only says 2 minutes on each side. So we've got 2 minutes down on this side, and once that 2 minutes is up, the best utensil you could possibly use is an egg flip to gently get underneath it and flip it over to the other side, another 2 minutes on the other side. And then we're going to finish the cooking in the oven. Last year for year 10, when it came to assessment time and picking your protein that you're going to cook, fish was the top protein that everyone chose. So if you actually start to think about it, fish doesn't take very long to cook, and you only have a 70-minute time period to complete your assessment tasks and show us you can cook your protein well. Okay, we don't want to see a raw fish, we don't want to see raw chicken. And even if you do cook steak, we actually are going to ask you, how have you cooked your steak? Has it been medium rare, medium? Okay, so basically so you guys can provide evidence to us that you can actually cook your protein adequately. Okay, so we've got a nice sizzle going on here. So I'm basically, we're 1 minute in. Okay, just checking out that it's not burning and the heat's correct. Remember, control your heat if you have to. If you've got to put your heater, do so. Okay, don't walk away at this point, or else you might burn your fish. Okay, I'm going to get my tongs, not my tongs, my egg tip underneath. Oh, lovely. Crust is looking great. If you think you need a little bit of oil, I feel like it is sticking a little bit. Don't hesitate in just placing a little bit more in. Okay, so I know that I've only got 1 more minute on this side. I've got my baking tray already ready, and I'm going to finish that fish off in the oven for about 5 minutes is all the maximum I'm going to leave. When I do take that fish out, I'm looking for that white flesh to just gently flake apart, and it's going to be white. The protein's going to be white in the middle. Okay, if that doesn't happen, it still needs a little bit longer to cook. Okay, that's all I require. Fish on pan. We'll turn that off. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that. Crusted fish, so crusted fish is there. I'm going to place that in the oven right now. Because I've been dealing with fish on this board, I'm going to get rid of this board because I'm going to get ready for some plating up. Because with the magic of working with cameras, we've done some prep beforehand, and I've also cooked another fish that is ready to come out and start plating up. Okay. So, your recipe asked you to produce some potatoes. I produced some beautiful baked wedges. These wedges are nice and crispy. And I'm going to place them to the side. My beans have been boiled. And I'm going to place them on another angle over to the side. And here is my piece of fish that I've previously done. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's nice, it's got a lovely little crust on it. And I'm just going to place that over the top. I'll place a photo on the email it out to you guys so you can have a look at the photo. Oops, my fish has just fallen off. Okay, and to finish it, we have julienned some capsicum over here really nice and fine. Because part of your assessment this term, you have to garnish. When you guys do actually come back in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to spend a whole lesson focusing on garnishes. So this meal, it basically really finishes and caps off this meal. I've got that red and yellow capsicum that's been julienne, and it just brightens everything up. It's also really nice, great flavour and texture to go with and to finish this meal off, because your fish is quite soft and so are your potato wedges. Okay, so basically that's what I've got for you today, guys. Mr. Hamilton's going to come on, and I'm going to come back. We're going to do a couple of more plating up of fish and just pan frying fish for you to have a look at as well. Thanks, guys. See ya.